Hey fellow Capricorns, it's your girl Ruth here, Key Wisdom Tarot. My name's Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me again. And this is going to be your reading, Capricorn, for the time of July the 26th to August the 10th. And I'm going to pull 3 cards that are going to represent the first week, 26th to the 2nd. 3 cards that are going to represent the second week, 3rd to the 10th, and then I'm going to get rid of all those cards and we'll pull 3 more for love. Okay, so we're going to look at additional love reading. I said I would do that. I'll just do it in this video. Okay, the videos are coming out about 25 minutes, so the last sort of 5-10 minutes is love, and you'll get it. So how have you been, fellow Capricorn? Oh, can I say, I had a personal reading from a fellow Capricorn. I think she took pity on me when I said in our last video. So I've had my first Capricorn personal reading now, and thank you very much, my darling, for ordering. I don't know if I've emailed you back yet, actually, but I have been so busy since returning from Ibiza, and trying to catch up with all the readings and the recordings and the marketing and the writing and blah blah blah. So yes, just bear with me if I've not replied to your emails yet. I will. Okay. Cards are ready, Capricorn, so let's get going. Oh, better be good, babe, I tell you. Right, this is I'm not surprised to see that. This is this week then, so we've got the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the 4 of Swords, and then these are for next week, okay? And I'll just keep them as I usually do, like this, so I don't get distracted. Okay, oh my gosh, can I just say, that's on the bottom, by the way, so you can see. Okay, can I just say, Capricorn, by the way, I feel like I need to hold something and I don't know which one it is. I can't, I thought it was that needs to go there. Yeah, it's that one. Sorry. No, not that one. You gotta feel the vibe. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so the moon. Oh my gosh. Feminine intuition energy. I've been so vibing with that energy this week. I swear. The feminine side is such a sensitive side, and obviously it's great for me in the type of work that I do, but it's also great for people just in life in general, okay? The first card out is the High Priestess. I mean, look at her. She's such a beaut, and I'm so happy that she's come out because, yes, we are experiencing this energy this week. I am already experiencing this energy. Oh, and I love it. And I'm going to describe it to you as... I was thinking this morning. It's like a giant bed made of marshmallow. And imagine the sumptuousness of that, the yielding, how it would yield. It would take your weight. You could lie there. It'd be sweet smelling and gorgeous. And any little vibrations that went on another part of the bed, you've got to imagine it's a huge bed. They'd make their way to you, and you would understand, that message and that vibration and how that feels. That is what the High Priestess energy is like. That's what it feels like when we luxuriate in it. It's a really sensual card, It's a card about our connection to the underworld. This is related to, Hades, Persephone. I want to say Persephone. She called Persephone. The story when she gets taken by the god of the underworld, Hades, and she's only allowed back up to the surface of the earth, in the summer months. Anyway, because she eats a pomegranate. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that God, so much about this card. Really, what I'm trying to say is it's that connection to our divine self, our connection to our higher self, our connection to our inner knowing and what's beneath the surface, our emotional inner knowing. The thing is with our instincts and our intuition, like the High Priestess is about, to be able to listen to those and to rely on those and to trust that they are worthy of our attention. That's what this card is about, okay? So it's the full moon on the 27th, actually, which will be tomorrow for you, which is in 2 days for me. It's the 25th today. And, that's going to be quite, hopefully, a beautifully intense time for you Capricorns. I already know it's going to be for me. As I said, I've been meditating on this for this week already, and I'm like, whoa, man, it's a very, it just really puts you in touch with, so you know, your dreams, your imagination. That's what the High Priestess is all about. Okay, your intuition. Okay, next we've got the Hierophant. This card is related to Taurus, but this is about hang on a second, I'll tell you what it's about in a minute when I just. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm just listening to what it's about. I'm listening to my intuition. I'm just listening to my inner knowing, my High Priestess, tell me what it's about. Okay, this is about... God, right, how do I explain it? It's like your intuition is... You're going to give your intuition the fullest respect and admiration. You're going to start to trust your intuition. You're going to start to realize, because it's a realization. You're going to start to realize that is something you can put your faith in. You can put your faith in your intuition. You can put your faith and your trust practically in your intuition. You should be being led by... This is what this energy is about this week. You should allow yourself to be led by your intuition and your gut, because it is right. It's right for you. It's right for where you're at. This is the thing that's going to give you the biggest clues and biggest signals, and it's linked to these cards here. So we'll see what they are in a minute. These are going to give you the biggest clue and the biggest signal to your intuition. You're going to allow yourself to rely on the universal laws, if you will, universal laws of karma. Even when you're thinking about relationships, when you're thinking about reciprocity, giving and, you know, what you put in, you get out. You're going to be now using the spiritual laws and your spirit and your inspiration and your instinct in order to allow yourself to make decisions that are practical for you moving forward. Okay, that's this week. I know for me personally, that's spot on. But obviously everyone's different. So you guys let me know below in the comments whether or not this resonates with you. Finally, for this week, we've got the Four of Swords. So Swords about our foundations. Swords are about our minds, our thoughts. So it's about the structures, the thoughts, the security of our minds, what we think. This is why we call this card the meditation card, because it's about getting in touch with our mind, our inner mind, peacefully, so we can sort of understand. And obviously, listen, if you look at these three cards together, you know, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Four of Swords, this is a reading, a spread so far about listening to your intuition, relying on your intuition, and that being the new way that you focus and you make decisions and you live your life. It's as if there's been other things that have been the factors in your decision making. Of course, you know, we go through all the archetypes of the tarot in our lives, in our weeks, in our years, you know. So of course there's other times where we're being inspired by other things and we're taking decisions based on other reasons. But for this week, you know, really there's a real strength of your intuition, of you listening to your inner knowing, in order to make decisions. Some of you need to take some time out. Some of you need to take some time out to allow yourself to hear what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Allow yourself to hear the messages that are coming through, because there are messages coming through. I suppose for some people it could be actual messages from real people, but this is a very spiritual... this is basically the priest... the Pope and the Popess, the female Pope. That used to the High Priestess used to be called the female Pope. So we've got the Pope, the female Pope, and we've got you lying down in a church, stained glass window, in a church praying, yeah, or meditating. So this really literally is a spread about your intuition, about your internal knowing, about your spiritual understanding, about your spiritual enlightenment. And not only that, about you being aware of those things, and about you trusting and allowing yourself to use and tap into those energies when making decisions, and when having conversations, etc, etc. These cards are linked here, the Hierophant's linked here, so let's see what these are. Anyway, this is next week. This is 3rd to the 10th of July, excuse me, 3rd to the 10th of August, okay? We've got the 8 of Cups, we've got the 6 of Cups, my God, we've got the wow. So it's interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting, okay? Isn't it interesting, Capricorn, right? Oh my gosh, because I was saying, we're talking about your intuition, about responding to your intuition, about using your intuition, about listening to those things. And then next week, we've got something, walking away from something. We've got the 8 of Cups, which is about walking away from something. But look here at the moon here. Okay, so this is literally, it's so strange how we get the full moon eclipse on the 22nd of July. So that's, I mean, today it's Tuesday, that's Thursday. So when you watch this, it might have already happened or whatever. But basically, that's what that is there, isn't it? That's the new moon eclipse. This is a card. 8s are always cycles, always karmic cycles. They're always about our ways of thinking, ways of showing up. And it's as if a cycle is coming to an end. Now, sorry, I'm just listening. I'm just listening to my intuition. Just another thing. What is it you want to move away from? What is it you're keen to move away from? Because those things you're moving away from, you know, Cups are about emotional, and it could be emotional karma. It could be like relationship karma, soulmate sort of stuff. I mean, you know, I'm sure I bore you with my love life, Capricorn, every blooming time. But the funny thing is when these cards were over, and I said to you, this card is linked to these 2 cards. It's so funny, isn't it? Because oh God, I don't even want to give this, I don't even want to air this, because it's so annoying to me. But anyway, so some of you could be involved with a Taurus, you know, involved with a Taurus, or not, actually not. And thanks, Tiny, for confirming that for us. Some of you could be involved with a Taurus, and you could be walking away from that. That was a karmic relationship, and you could be walking away from that. Just the you know, this is a kind of moving away from karmic cycles, negative emotions related to you know, past trauma, past experiences. It could be in a relationship, it could be at work, for example. But it's really interesting how we've gone from this week. We're using our intuition, we're listening to that inner knowing, and then next week there's clear movement, isn't there? There's clear movement. So whatever it is you're personally being encouraged to slow down for this week, whether it's making a decision with work and finances, relationships, families, whatever it is, you're being encouraged to listen to your gut about, and listen to your intuition about. It seems like at the beginning of next week you're moving away from whatever that thing was. You're moving out of this energy. You're moving out of this energy. The next card we have is the 6 of... I mean, I can't believe these have come up, to be honest. You know, you've got the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So all Cups. So next week it's all about our emotions, isn't it? It looks like, Capricorn. You know, this is a card of soulmate, 6 of Cups. I'm going to say it. I'm saying it. I'm going to just say it, okay? This is a card of soulmates, the 6 of Cups. It's a card of having past life connection with somebody, or soulmate connections with somebody, or when I was talking about karmic twin flame, all that stuff. That's what this card is about. It's nostalgic, it's looking back. And it's as if maybe some of you are moving away from a relationship, maybe with a Taurus, that's no longer serving you, and you realise that this week, and you sort of, you're over this person, and it's done and dusted with, and you decide to move on and to walk away from it. But then look what happens. The Knight of Cups. So we get, there seems to be some sort of offer or apology. Someone's emotionally reaching out. But this, remember, is whatever it is for you that you have this week that you're trying to use your intuition to overcome. There's a problem that you're trying to overcome this week. For some of you, it is in relationships and love, but for others of you, it could be with work, finances, as I said, okay? And you're trying to overcome something, you're trying to understand something, you're trying to work out how to, that's this week, this top row, you're trying to work out how to overcome that, and what you should do, what should be your actions, what should be your next steps. With the Eight of Cups shows that we walk away from the things that aren't serving us anymore, the things that are no good for us. We walk away from that energy, and then we get the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So the Knight of Cups. So it could be that the walking, it's a shift in karma. It's the beginning of a new cycle, even though we've got the Six of Cups here. It is the beginning of a new cycle. It's a cycle of you actually. Maybe you're the one going towards somebody else. Maybe you're the one. I don't think so. It could be you, Capricorn, going towards somebody. You know, you've made some sort of decision. You've gained some sort of clarity this week. It's a shame that this isn't the love reading. I'm going to do the love reading now. Let me just quickly pull. Did I tell you the Ace of Cups at the bottom? I'm just going to pull one card actually just to clarify this middle column. King of Swords. So, you know, it's looking like a conversation is going to be had potentially with this Hierophant energy. Someone is coming towards you. There's going to be definitely movement. This one wants to come out as well. This is the Victory card, Six of Wands. So I think really for this week, I think the focus for you guys, for us Capricorns, is to listen to our intuition, and for that to be the guiding light in this decisions that we're going to be making, because there are things that we need to move away from, as you well know, whatever they are for you in your life. I know what they are for me in my life, Cappy. And whatever we move away from, we're moving into this anyway. You know, it's really positive energy, isn't it? Capricorn, what's going on? It's like good cards for us, like, in July. Right, okay, so let's now quickly pull, Capricorn, your love reading cards. I'm just going to pull two cards, 3 cards, because as I said, I'm going to do your love reading. I'm going to pull from this deck just because I don't want the energy off that deck. I want a different deck. So we get a clear reading then, don't we? So I want to pull from this deck. Sorry, it's so messy now, but the energy is a bit scattered. Not scattered, but there's a lot going on. Capricorn, you know, we've had Lilith. Oh, I forgot about Lilith. We've been, sorry, one of the planets, one of the stars, we've had so much activity in our first house this year, and since the beginning of this year, so much activity, and that's about identity, basically, the first house. How you see yourself, how others see you. We've had a huge amount of activity in that first house for the first 6 months of the year. That is actually finally changing. I think Lilith is moving in. She's a mischief. I think Lilith's moving into our second house at some point this month. So there is going to be this unpredictable energy. But the thing is, you've learnt so much about your identity, about who you are, Capricorn. We've learnt so much. We should have done this year. I know I have. I mean, I started this year as an English teacher, and now halfway through, I'm a tarot reader. I mean, you know, obviously I've been doing tarot and Reiki for many, many years, but I had to have a job, innit? Or, you know, you think you've got to have a job, and you've got to do something like that, something proper. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, this is your love reading, okay? For some reason today, the energy wants to come from the bottom. 8 of Cups again. Wow. 6 of Wands again. Oh my God. So it was a love reading then. 5 of Wands. Okay. That was basically a love reading, that one, wasn't it, Capricorn? It really was a love reading. I mean, this one wants to come out as well. That's it. I'm not pulling anymore. In fact, this one wants to come out as well. I can't just keep pulling 4 of Swords. Oh my gosh. So basically, it's a repeat of the energies, isn't it? So I'm glad I pulled. Right. Let's have a quick look. Love reading. There's no point me going over it because we've done this already. 8 of Cups, like you just did in your last deck. Walking away from things that aren't serving you karmically, in a love relationship. This is soulmate stroke twin flame relationships. walking away from the pain of those relationships. Some of you could be starting a new relationship. Some of you could be. I mean, we've got this energy of the Six of Wands. Again, this is a card of a victory. So it's almost as if you've, say for example, you've been pining over somebody. Not anymore. Pining over somebody. Do you have pining in America? Pining means longing. I don't know if I'm... Anyway, you've been longing to be with somebody. You've been wanting to be with somebody. And you're walking away from that energy. And it's for your best. It's for your highest good. Remember, listen to your intuition. Same card, Four of Swords. There's no point in repeating those cards. Let's look at these cards then. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Three of Wands. You know, again, this is about conflict, this card, but it's a change. So it's about you, really, the time has come for you to make a change, Capricorn. You're on the threshold now. That's what this card is. That's what the 5 is. It's a threshold of change. And that is why it's challenging, because you're right up against yourself. You're right up against, you know, where you've been and where you want to go. That's where you're on that line. So it's always a conflict. It's one within you. It's a case of, listen, I need to say goodbye to that ex. I need to forget about him. I need to forget about her, potentially. That's what it is for some of you. Or it's a case of, I just need to let it go. You know, I need to let that argument go. I need to let that stress go that I've been having with him or with her. It's that type. That's what the 5s are about. It's being up against yourself. It's your higher self and your lower ego. It's who you were and who you want to be. It's that line with the 5 of Wands, okay? So that is why it's challenging. But the thing is about it, we've gone from the 5 of Wands to the 6 of Wands, okay? So we know there's movement and progress, which means some of you have already gone through the change. Some of you have already changed. Some of you already realise that he's no good or she's no good in a love relationship, or that he is good for me, or that whatever, you know, you've realised it already, okay? So don't fight that, okay? This is you realising it and saying, okay, universe, I'm going to give it a go. 3 of Wands, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go after her. I'm going to go after him. Or not, you know, which vice versa. You apply it. You know, but this is a card of reaping rewards. It's about waiting to reap rewards. It's about, I've put energy out there and what's going to come back to me. I'm waiting for something positive to come back to me, okay? And what is coming back to you, or is waiting to come back to you, is this, the Ace of Pentacles, okay? The Ace of Pentacles is something solid, something new, a beginning of something. It's an initiation. It's a start of, it's a one. It's a start of something new. It's that initial spark. It's that initial promise. That's what this is. And it's the initial promise, the start, the initiation of something that we can put our energy into to manifest in the world. So it could be, in this instance, a new relationship, or a new emotional beginning for your relationship, you know, a new practical beginning, saying, do you know what, you know, we didn't spend enough time together before, so let's make sure we spend more time together from now on. Let's make sure we have a date night every 2 weeks. That's what this is. It's actually saying the things that you're going to do in order to see the difference that you want to see. Now, if some of you have moved away this week from relationships, oh, I can't wait to do our full August love reading. If some of you are moving away from relationships, with the Ace of Cups there, you want a new start, and that means that you're going to do things differently with the Ace of Pentacles. You're going to do things differently in relationships, and you're going to expect that same back from the person that you're going to be meeting, or that you're going to be prospectively going to start dating, or whatever, okay? In future, going forward, you're going to say, I'm going to demand this, and I'm going to be this, because in the past I was that, and going forward I want to be this instead, so I'm going to do things differently. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is suggestive of. So, you know, really, there's new things coming in for us, Capricorn. That's a good I can't believe it. We've actually had a good read. We've actually had 2 good readings in a row, babe. It never happens for us. Okay, so if you haven't already, check out your check out what? Oh, that's what I was going to say. If you haven't already, subscribed to my channel, click the bell, because I'm going to put out your full August love readings next week, by next Wednesday. Also, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I do daily readings, daily tarot readings on there, general readings, but they're quite good, quite interesting, quite informative. And people leave me comments and questions. So if you've got a question that you want to ask about the tarot, about whatever, just put it in the comments below or on Facebook and Instagram, and I will respond to that as well. All right then, thank you so much, fellow Capricorns. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I will see you all next week with your August love reading. Take care. Bye.